Welcome inside the State Champs Studios for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. I'm Jonathon Kidd, along with Sean Baligian. Sean, it's the playoffs.
Yeah, this is what we've been waiting for. I mean, this has been a tremendous season. So many tremendous games. And John, now it's the big time. I mean, this is what it's all about. The road to USA begins now.
All of our State Champs programming is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. You can recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. State Champs Hockey Time is presented by our friends at the Alta Equipment Company. Sean, let's get this show on the go. Oh, wait, hold up.
Oh, gee.
We got two more.
I thought for sure this was over.
Nope, not yet.
All right.
Here we go. Our friends from Ann Arbor Pioneer.
Look at that, right?
The Purple Gang.
Yeah, the Purple Gang, Pioneer. They're very active on social media, no doubt about that. Right? You like that?
Yeah.
Good. Go Pioneer.
Yeah. And then our buddies from Novi.
All right. Coach Vellucci and the gang. I know I'll be out there this week. Oh, that's a beaut. Look at that.
The Nike,
little
swoosh.
Nike swoosh.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The
right?
pom-poms, all about the pom-poms.
Well, as an Irish lad, green's my favorite color as well. So how's that?
Yes.
Good? So thank you, guys. Really appreciate it all year long. No doubt.
I think we have about 40 of them now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, about 40.
Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah. Including my beautiful Alta cap here, too. So I appreciate it.
All right, so Sean, before we get going on the playoffs and in our preview, just recap a little bit of the regular season.
Well, I think Catholic Central is still number one. I'm not doing rankings this week because the playoffs are started. We just did them last week. I think Catholic Central is still number one, but it's that tight. Yeah. I mean, it really is. I think you have to put Flint Powers in there. I think you have to put De La Salle, who just beat them, in there. You have to put Heartland in there. No doubt about that. And then after that, in my opinion, I think there's a group of teams that you could exchange their names. And now the playoffs are an opportunity for you to kind of change that narrative, but it's been another tremendous season. I don't think, John, and I'm serious when I say this, I don't think that there's a clear-cut favorite in any of the divisions. And what I mean by that is, that team that we all go, well, nobody's going to beat those guys. You know what I mean? If I had to pick a favorite, obviously Catholic Central still is in Division 1. Heartland still is in Division 2. I'm not picking one in Division 3. I mean, we're going to be forced to pick who we think is going to win eventually, but right now I don't think we can do that. So, this is what it's all about, though. This is the opportunity for teams, kind of like Cranbrook did last year. Cranbrook said, hey, you guys were talking about us at this level, but we're really at this level. A team has an opportunity to do that this year.
Also, too, this season, there was a lot of goal scoring this year.
Yeah, and it's weird because there were so many good goalies as well. That's part of the reason, the impetus why we started the Wall Award. A guy that I wanted to bring up, it's funny that you bring that up. I've heard good things about Zach Robert over at Utica Ford United. He had a tremendous game the other night, made 36 stops in a 2-1 victory over Clarkston. A nice year for Utica Ford and for Zach Robert. They finished 16-8, but you're right. There were a ton of goals, a ton of points, and we would be remiss. I know we mentioned him earlier in the year, but we have to do it again. Ashton Petraka was unbelievable this year. Johnny had over 100 points, and he did it in style. How about this? 22 points in his last 3 games. Think about that. 22 points in his last 3 games. Finished the season with 34 goals, 68 assists, and 102 points. So congratulations to Ashton for sure.
And he plays at Southgate Monroe United.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Hey, that's an incredible accomplishment. No doubt about that. Best of luck to them and everybody in the playoff.
We're going to start previewing the regionals, and we're going to start in Division 1. Sean, what are the key regionals that you're looking at this week?
You know what? There are 3 different regions that I kind of got my circle around. I think Region 4, where you have Howell and Heritage. Heritage is a young team that has played well as the season has progressed. Howell, of course, has a tremendous goaltender. That's really one of intrigue to me. Region 6 is another one. You've got Port Huron Northern. You got Lance Cruz. You have Ike. I think that's going to be an intriguing region to watch. And then Region 7, I think you've got Salem and you've got M1. That's going to be really fun to see how that plays itself out.
All right, you can check out our regional predictions from myself, Sean, and Barbecue Mike at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. State Champs Hockey Time is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Officials are needed, people. Become an official. Go to MHSA.com for details. Help wanted, just whistle. All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at the M1 Griffins, Paul Fox. Paul, welcome to Hockey Time.
Oh, thanks for having me, Jonathan. I appreciate it.
The playoffs are here, and talk about your guys' season so far.
We had an amazing season. We finished up 20-5. Our guys are fired up. They're ready to go for playoffs.
And talk a little bit about your guys' regional that's coming up this week.
So we're in Division I, Region 7. We'll play Plymouth, and they've got a tough team. They're a squad that they battle hard. So I expect a good battle on Thursday.
And talk about a little bit how tough the OAA Red Division was this year.
It was very tough. We had Birmingham won the OAA Red. Very good team, 19 seniors on that team. Lake Orion, always tough, as you guys know, every year. Adam always has that team going, and it was a good bat. It was, tough games all around. Clarkson's got a young squad, got a lot of great things happening there. Watch out for Clarkston next year. RU always tough. So it's OAA has been competitive, and it's moving in a great direction. A lot of good young coaches that have come into the OAA, and so it's been a battle. Now, what's your message to the boys now that the playoffs are here? Well, the message is one game at a time, and stay focused, play your game, and just battle hard through one game, and then build off of that one game and look to the next after that. So it's take one game at a time, boys.
Thank you, Paul, for taking the time here on State Champs Hockey Time, and thanks again for giving Sean a beanie so he wore that on the show this season.
I was proud to give him one. You guys do a fantastic job, and we appreciate everything you do for high school hockey. Thank you so much.
And that was our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine with today's Game Changers Pop Quiz. True or false? Increasing resistance, sets, and reps is the only way to optimize your strength training program. The answer is false. In addition to increasing your resistance, sets, and reps, you should incorporate these 3 principles. Begin, first of all, when performing a grip, make sure all 4 fingers and your thumb are gripping equally with the same amount of force, and that your entire hand is engaged in that grip from the inside and outside of your palms. Secondly, make sure your core is engaged. Stiffen your core as hard as you can before you do your lift. And finally, root your feet into the ground. Whether you're doing a squat or a lunge, make sure your feet are rooted into the ground. Or if you're laying on a bench doing a bench press, same thing. Your feet push into the ground and your toes grip the ground. So make sure you're incorporating these 3 strength training principles to optimize your program.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
All right, let's take a look now at Division II. And Sean, what are the key ones?
I think Region 11. Let's start right in Region 11. You've got Byron Center, who needs no introduction, that's for sure. They had the incredible run last year, another solid, good team. You've got NE out there, and of course, you have the favorite, Mona Shores. That's going to be a really fun region. Region 13 is another one to me. Marysville's been a good story all year long. Not only because their Twitter game is one of the best in the business, but they're a darn good team as well. And Romeo is a team to keep an eye on. The Bulldogs are definitely back, so that's going to be fun. And then Region 16 is one that I think a lot of people are going to keep their eye on. Trenton, Pioneer, Saline, Skyline. That's going to be a fun region because you know as well as I do and everybody else out there, Trenton always ups their game come playoff time, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Again, you can check out our regional prediction winners at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. All right, it's time now for our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. Sean, we're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional finals next Wednesday, March the 2nd. We feel like we could have made this a top 20 or a top 25. There were so many great hockey players this year.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the debate. I love that we can have conversations about it. But the one thing that I will always tell people is we can only keep our top 10 at 10. And this is something that when a name comes up to us, I've said it once, I've said it 100 times, we talk to the coaches that we've asked to be a part of this, and if there's a consensus, then we make a change. If there isn't a consensus, then we don't make a change. But it's part of the reason why we created the watch list because, not only do you get a little bit of love here, but you get it out in the Twitter sphere or Instagram sphere or whatever you guys are always on all the time. And that's a beautiful thing. But yes, we have to keep it at 10 and for reason.
All right, we're going to talk about Nick Baker from Brighton this week.
Yeah, Nick Baker's one of those guys that everybody was talking about heading into the season, and he's lived up to expectations.
And he's a baseball star too, man.
Yeah, and you know what? This was a difficult job for a guy like Nick because this was a young team, right? And you never know what you're going to get out of young teams. And so, he's been a leader on a young team that has gone like this all year long, as we've talked about. 22 goals in 24 games. He's got 19 assists. By the way, John, not only is Brighton red hot going into the playoffs, but this is a kid that is riding a 12-game point streak, getting it done when it matters most, and certainly a deserving spot on our top 10 list.
All right, you can cast your vote for Nick and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year. All right, Sean, Division 3.
A mess. I mean, there's no
How
other
many
way to say
teams
it.
could, potentially, 8 or 10 teams
could
win Division 3?
It's incredible. I mean, we've been on it for 2 years, and then this year, we even said at the beginning of the year, they kicked it up a notch. I'm going to start in Region 17. This is the one we always talk about. You've got Hancock, you've got Houghton, you've got Calumet. It's a shame that one of those teams have to punch their ticket because you've got multiple teams there that could do some damage. Region 22 is another one that a lot of people are looking at. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Cranbrook, they just played a heck of a game. Churchill out there, they've got an outstanding goaltender that can steal the game. So Region 22 is going to be another one that I look at. And then we dub this the Region of Doom, first or second week this year. UAD, GPS, DCD, DLS. I mean, those are all teams capable of knocking anybody off on a particular night. So, yeah, this year, Region 23 is going to be the Region of Doom.
And the regional final will be this Saturday over at the Big Boy Ice Arena in Fraser.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to see how that plays out. I mean, who's kidding who? I mean, there are opportunities for teams in every one of the regions this year to make some noise and put themselves on the map.
All right, you can check out our regional predictions from myself, Sean, and Barbecue Mike at our website at statechampsnetwork.com.
For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student-athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back, like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. Nominations accepted through March 4th, but know this, you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
All right, it's time now for our Wall Award update brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey. So, Sean, we're going to freeze our top 10 after the regional finals on March the 2nd. great year for all these goalies.
Yeah, it was a fantastic idea. We can't take credit for it. So if we came up with it, we wouldn't call it fantastic. Somebody else came up with it. Thank you for that. I think it was a great idea. And, thankfully, some of the sponsors stepped up and made it happen. But Andrew Parmentier from De La Salle has been outstanding all year. Had a chance to see him early a couple times. He's been outstanding. Check out these numbers, John. A .152 goals against average, a .936 save percentage. Looking to get him healthy for the playoffs. But when you play the schedule that they play, you have those types of numbers. You have shutouts against the likes of Brother Rice and UAD and OLSM. 3 not only fantastic MIHL teams, but fantastic teams anywhere. It says something about how well a kid is playing. So definitely this is a guy that belongs on the list.
And he's leading our vote, so he cannot be removed from the top 10.
Yeah, that's why we tell everybody to get out and vote. If your guy is leading the vote when we freeze it, he's automatically in the Final Four.
All right, you can cast your vote for Andrew and the rest of our top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Wall Award update, brought to you by Warrior Hockey.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and State Champs Hockey Time is brought to you by High Sticks. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? The founders of High Sticks have a mission to design and create top-of-the-line jerseys for player comfort and style. Contact High Sticks at highsticks.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel.
All right, it's the moment that you guys have all been waiting for. Sean and my predictions for the state finals, and we're going to start in Division 1.
All right, Division 1, I have Catholic Central over Howell on one side, Brighton over Granville on the other side, and it should be a fantastic final. I've been telling everybody all year, look out for Brighton, but I still think Catholic Central is the team to beat. I have Catholic Central over Brighton.
I have the same thing, too. Detroit Catholic Central taking on Howell and Brighton taking on Granville in the semis. And with Detroit Catholic Central taking on Brighton, with Detroit Catholic Central being our Division 1 state champion once again. But who could be a sleeper in Division 1?
I think Rockford. Could take a nice run and perhaps find themselves in a position. How about you?
I got Rockford as well,
Okay.
so we're the same
We're
right now.
not copying off of each other, I swear.
No. All right, in Division 2, my Final Four prediction is Marquette taking on Heartland and Livonia Stevenson taking on Brother Rice. In the state final, I have Heartland taking on Livonia Stevenson, with Heartland winning its first state title in a couple years. What about you?
Here we go again. We got the exact same thing. I have Heartland over Marquette, Stevenson over Rice, and then a KLAA battle. Heartland-Stevenson Part 4, and I'm going to take Heartland in that case. As far as my sleeper goes, I think it's Mona Shores.
Same as well.
No doubt about it. I don't think there's any doubt that Mona Shores is the team that, could give Heartland a big scare.
All right, we're going to finish up in Division 3. Sean, who you got?
I've got Powers over Calumet and what should be epic on one side, and then I've got DLS over Cranbrook on the other side, and then the championship, this should be one for the ages. If it's anything like the game earlier this year, we're going to be in for a treat, but I have Powers over De La Salle.
All right, mine's a little different.
Okay.
I have Flint Powers taking on Calumet in the other semifinal. Warren De La Salle taking on Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And I do have Warren De La Salle taking on Flint Powers. And I do have the Pilots from Warren De La Salle taking the state championship.
Wouldn't shock me at all. I mean, I've seen them a few times this year. Saw them beat Catholic Central last week. I mean, they're rolling right now. Powers is rolling. That could be a matchup of epic proportions. My sleeper is this one was easy for me. It's Houghton. If Houghton can find a way to win that region 17, I think Houghton can take a long run all the way to USA Hockey Arena.
My sleeper in Division 3 is going to be Riverview Gabriel Richard. That's not going to be another shocker if they get by the quarterfinals to get all the way to the USA.
Yeah, it would be a great run by them. They've had a fantastic team, and I mean that's the beauty of Division 3 this year. I mean, to me, John, they've been a top 5, top 10 team all year long. And they might not even be there. I mean, that's how tough Division 3 is this year.
All right, so good luck to everyone in the MHSA hockey playoffs. And I found out, too, before we started taping that the girls hockey state championship game will also be at USA on that Saturday, March 12th.
I think that's fantastic. The game continues to grow at all levels. Come one, come all. Let's go.
So that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. Sean, what do you say?
Let's see at the rink. State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHS hockeyhub.com. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Detroit Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Warrior Hockey. And by High Sticks. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? Contact High Sticks at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel.